So now,
Yes, it is visible, but there is a something is appearing in front of the slide. Just stop,
yeah,
hide that. Click on
yeah,
hide,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That's okay.
Okay. So there are three types of machine learning: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So in the supervised learning, please go on mute. Someone is talking something, I think. Dr. Amit, please check. Is there anyone?
Ankuji,
Yeah.
under the participant head in the ribbon of your desktop, there must be a sub menu having mute all option. So you may mute them all from there. Under participants, mute all.
Okay, I think.
कोई बात नहीं आप
Continue.
कंटिन्यू करो मुझे
Yeah. So supervised learning again categorized into the subcategories like classification problem and regression problem. Problem we can use in customer retention, diagnostics, identify, fraud detection, image classification. Likewise, in the regression, so regression problem we use to solve the problems related to the weather forecasting, market forecasting, estimating life expectancy, population growth prediction. This is related to supervised learning. So we'll go in each one in detail. So I'm just giving the brief idea about how the machine learning algorithms are categorized into the different category. Okay. Again, unsupervised learning is categorized into the two parts: dimensionality reduction and the clustering. Dimensionality reductions we use in the various applications like big data visualization, meaningful compression, structure discovery, feature elicitation. Unsupervised learning, another category is clustering. Clustering we use in the application like recommender systems, targeted marketing, customer segmentation. And the third uh, type of machine learning is reinforcement learning. So the reinforcement learning is used in various applications like game, intelligence, skill acquisition, learning task, robot navigation, real-time decision. So this is the diagram how the machine learning algorithms are categorized into the different category and the related applications where we can use the specific algorithm or the technique. Now we'll go in each one in detail. Okay. So in this sessions, we are going to focus on two types of machine learning: the mainly supervised learning and unsupervised learning. So supervised learning is the method in which algorithm runs on labeled data sets. Labeled data sets means the data sets in which there is an input as well as the output. Got? In the supervised learning, we are going to train the model based on the labeled data sets. So labeled data sets includes both input as well as the output. So the tagline for the supervised learning is train me. So there should be somebody to train the model. There should be someone to supervise the model. So that's why this kind of learning, this type of learning is called as a supervised learning. Means if we take the example of teacher and student, so students are always supervised under the supervisor, right? So this is the example of supervised learning. The similar way here we are going to train the model uh, under the supervision. Okay. The second category of machine learning is unsupervised learning. In the unsupervised learning, algorithm tries to make sense of by extracting features and pattern on its own from an unlabeled data. Okay, so here a supervisor is not playing any role. and data is unlabeled data, so output is not available in the data. So model will train themselves, and they will categorize the uh, things or the objects into the different groups. So the tagline for the unsupervised learning is, I am self-sufficient in learning. He is able to learn himself, and they will categorize the object into the different groups. Supervised learning. So we'll go in detail into the supervised learning, its example, its types, and various examples. So the definition of supervised learning is, as the name suggests, there should be someone to teach, there should be someone to supervise. Supervised learning is a learning in which we teach or train the machine using data which is well labeled. That means some data is already tagged with the correct answer. Supervised learning, as the name indicates, the presence of supervisor as a teacher. So there is a need of teacher, there is a need of supervisor. The example of supervised learning. So as I have told you, like there should be label, there should be output, there should be input also in the data. Okay. So in the supervised learning, we are giving the input as well as output to the model. So here annotation is nothing but the output, and input is the apples. Okay. So the features related to the apple and output is given to the model. Model is trained based on this data, and then again we are giving input to the model for the identification. Please predict is whether the given fruit is apple or not. Then the model will predict it. Yes, it is a apple. Okay. Uh, yes, it's an apple. Okay. So here we have given both the input as well as the output data, and based on that, we have trained the model, we have learned the model, and then model is able to predict the uh, what is the whatever the output is there, whether it is apple or not. So if we are given the input of mango features and output as a mango, and we are given the input to the train model as a mango, then that model will predict yes it is a mango. But if we haven't given the apart from this, then it is not able to predict that things whether it is apple or not. The unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning is the training of machine using information neither classified nor labeled, and allowing the algorithm to act on that information without any guidance. Okay, so here there is no need of any supervisor or teacher. So the model will learn themselves and they will predict something. The example of unsupervised learning, here the input data are having only the fruits. So three types of fruits we have given to the model, and model is trained based on themselves, and they have categorized the data into three groups, as you have as you are seeing on the screen. Okay, so these are the three categories of the data the model have categorized. Okay, so from this figure you might have seen, like, so we haven't given any output to the model. Okay, like here we have given the output as a annotation or the label and the input data as well as, but here we have given only the input data, and the model or the algorithm have categorized into the various category. Okay, so this is the difference between the supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Now we'll go in detail. Supervised learn, as we have seen, supervised learning is categorized into subcategory like regression technique and the classification technique. Okay, so first we'll see what is regression technique. Okay, what is regression technique, various types of regression, when to use it, and various examples related to the regression technique. What is regression? Regression analysis consists of a set of machine learning methods that allows us to predict a continuous outcome variables y based on the value of one or multiple predictor variables x. Okay, here we are predicting something based on the value of, based on the single as well as the multiple values. Okay, if we take the example of predicting the price of house. Okay, if we are given the various, for example, uh, we are given the data of uh, the price. Okay, and that data, the features are like size in fits and the price. Okay, so this is the housing price prediction example. So we have already existing data. So the house which is having the size of 500 square feet, the price will be a $100 or whatever it is there. Okay, and then for the 1,000, for the 1,500 up to the 2,500, so we have given the size in a square feet and the respective prices for the houses. Okay, but if somebody want the uh, house uh, with 750 square feet of size. Okay, so how they can predict from this data? This data don't have that already. In this data we don't have the price for the 750 square feet of size house. Okay, so for that purpose we can use the regression analysis, and the machine learning algorithm related of regression analysis fit the line based on the existing data, and then on that line we can map the price of 750 square feet of house. Okay, so this figure shows, so for example we have indicated that 750 by arrow in green color, and so that machine learning regression analysis algorithm have predicted the straight line. Okay, and they have predicted the price as a 150. Okay, but you just have to keep one thing in mind, like uh, here we have to give the data to the model. Okay, and based on the data only the model is going to predict something. Here we are predicting the value, we are not predicting the class like yes or no, whether it is banana or not. Okay, here we are predicting the value. So always remember, whenever you are going to use the predict regression analysis, that time you are going to predict the value only. Means if you want to predict some value like housing price prediction, stock market prediction, so in that scenario you always have to use the regression analysis. Okay, so various algorithms are already available related to regression analysis. You just have to check the data, and you have to select the specific algorithm, whether it is a single variable or whether it is a linear or non-linear. So based on that you have to choose the algorithm. Okay, the most important thing related to the regression analysis is that, so we always predict the value, not the category. So uh, so uh, this is the initial data we have given to the model with uh, the size of house and the respective price. Okay, so based on the linear uh, regression analysis, the straight line is drawn. Okay, and from that straight line we have predicted the price for the 750 square feet of house. Okay, but in that line only some of the uh, objects are involved, not all the objects are involved. Okay, so other machine learning algorithm of regression analysis can draw the line, including most of the objects, whatever will be involved or whatever are available with us in a existence. So here blue line indicates the other machine learning algorithm which have included the more number of objects, and if we map the 750 square feet of house price on this blue line, then the price will be 200k, right? Okay, so you might have think like the previous algorithm we got the price 150k. In the next algorithm you got the price of 200k. That is the beauty of machine learning algorithm. That is the beauty of regression analysis. You have to select the proper algorithm for predicting the price of the house or the price of the anything or the value related data which you want to predict. Okay, so here the polynomial algorithms we have used for this, and in the first one straight line algorithm was used. Okay, so you have to select, you have to decide which algorithm you have to use. I think so from both the algorithm this blue line will give the better prediction as compared to the straight line. Okay, so the most important thing related to the regression analysis is the regression analysis always gives the output in the form of value, and various algorithms are there that you will learn in the upcoming sessions with the practical sessions. So example of regression analysis are evaluating trends and scale estimates. Okay, so for example I have given the stock market prediction, in weather forecasting. Then another example of analyzing the impact of price changes, whether GDP will increase or not, or the effect of pricing on consumer behaviors. So these are the examples related to the regression analysis. Another example with the data. So we are having the table of meteorological data set which serves the purpose of predicting wind speed based on the different parameters. So we are going to use here input as a dew point, temperature, pressure, relative humidity, wind detection, and output will be the wind speed. Okay. Uh, as a regression analysis is the part of supervised learning, so as the output, right? So this table is the data set as a input we are using to the we are giving to model for training purpose. This red color column in here as a wind speed. So you can see from this column, all these are the values, the class like yes or no, something. Okay. So this prediction is based on the whatever the features like temperature, pressure, relative humidity, and wind direction. Okay. So if we give
Okay.
this data to the model for the training purpose, and again we if we give the these features to the model, then model will predict the wind speed based on this the training data. Okay, so this kind of input you have to give to the machine learning algorithm, and so you can find out the, you can predict the wind speed. Okay, like uh, stock market and house prediction price also you can give in this format. So this is all analysis. Next is the supervised learning. The category is classification technique. This classification, the popular to the classification. When use the classification technique and the various examples. Classification is another supervised learning approach in which The computer program learns from the input data and then uses this learning to classify new observations. Okay, so here whether you want to purchase the home or no. Okay, whether you want to purchase the house or not, means the answer should be in the form of yes or no. Okay, in the regression analysis what we have seen, we want to purchase the home, but what will be the price of this much of square feet of house. Okay, so there the focus is on the value or the price. Here the focus will be on the category, yes or no. Okay, if we take the another example of uh, multi-class tables of iris data. Okay, so there are three category of species. Okay, setosa, versicolor, and another one. So based on the features, the petal length and sepal length, so we can categorize the flower into the different species. Okay, so in the by using the classification technique, we can categorize the data into two class or the binary yes or no in the classes or the multi-class as well. Okay, so there is a need of supervisor, there is a need of teachers. Again, we have to use the level data, means the input and output should be there, right? So these are the some of the classification algorithm like logistic regression, neo-Bayes classifier, support vector machine, nearest neighbor, decision tree, random forest. Okay. All this algorithm you will learn in the upcoming session in detail with the practical approach. So I'm just giving here in the regression analysis also are the type of regression like linear regression, logistic regression, polynomial regression. Now the example. So here we are going to take the example of tumor, whether tumor is malignant or not. Malignant means harmful. Okay, whether the tumor is harmful or not, that we have to check. Okay, so this blue color of cross indicates the tumor is not malignant, and red color of cross indicates the tumors are malignant. Okay, and parameter is size of tumor. So we have to classify the tumor into the two category, whether the tumor is malignant or not. Okay. So you might be understanding like here we are focusing only on the category. Okay, whether yes or no. So that's why I have given 0 and 1. Okay, but there might be a multiple category also. Now uh, we are going to focus on the binary category, 0 or 1, malignant or not. Okay, so how we can classify this? Okay. If we cross the straight line on it, so we can categorize into two class. Okay, so from this example we can see in the class 1 are having the three crosses which are not a malignant, and another class is having the seven cross with two malignant, sorry, five non. Okay, but this is not correct classification, right? Is it correct or no? No. Okay. So then what to do? Again, we can check algorithm, or is there any approach we can classify into better format, or we can get the better output. Okay. So what I have did here. So I have given one more parameter there. Okay. So here the parameter was only the tumor size. Okay. And the another next example, the parameter are like age and tumor size. Okay, then I have the data with the output of the tumor is malignant or not, and the inputs are like age and tumor size. Okay, so if I classify this data into the two category, okay, yes or no, okay, whether they are or no. So from this example also you might have seen, like in the malignant category there is non-malignant tumor, and non-malignant category there is also a malignant tumor. Okay, like in the blue colors of object or blue colors of tumors, the red colors of cross is there, and the red colors of cross, the blue colors of tumor is there. Okay, so till we can see like the classification is not correct, then the accuracy is not correct. But what we are seeing here in the previous example, in the category of malignant tumors, there were the two non-malignant tumor also uh, are involved, right? But once we have increased the parameter and once we have increased the data also, okay, see here only the 10 persons data is there with the tumor size of specific and whether the tumor is malignant or not. Okay, so from this diagram, one more thing I just would like to mention here. If the size is increasing, then tumors are getting malignant. Okay, but if we classify into the two category using the specific machine learning algorithm or the classification algorithm, so we are not able to predict the accurate categories. Again we are getting somewhat error in that, or the accuracy is less, okay, what we are expecting. In the second example we have increased the parameter as well as we have increased the number of person or data also. Okay, so here you might have observing like 12 are the non-malignant tumors which are indicated in the blue colors, and 12 are the malignant tumors which are indicated by the cross of red colors. Okay, but again if we go here on the straight line, then we won't get the uh, accurate result or the 100% of accuracy. But what is the observation? The observation is like, if we categorize into the two category, the number of the non-malignant tumor in the malignant class are less. Only one tumor is there, and similar into the non-malignant class also. So the the conclusion of on this is like that, if we increase the number of parameters in the input and if we increase the data size, then we will go to the accurate model. So we will go to the building the accurate model. So the size of data plays a very important role, accurate answer for getting the accurate prediction. So the difference between this single a single parameter or the single feature input data with the two features input data. So the example got another example of classification is we are having the data set of shopping store useful in predicting whether a customer will purchase a particular product under consideration or not based on his or her gender, age, and okay. So here we are going to use the input as a gender, age, and salary, and based on the inputs, so we are going whether the customer is going to purchase something or not. Okay, so output is purchase, that is 0 or 1. 1 means yes, the customer will purchase, and 0 means that the customer won't purchase it. Okay, this is the data we are having. So here gender, age, and salary are the input, and purchase is the class. Okay, so the data is of 17 papers of data is there. So both the category of like male females are there. Age range is also below 50 from 19 to, and salary is in variation from 19,000 to 1,50,000. Okay. Based on this data, the model has to predict whether the customer is going to purchase that particular item or not. Okay. So this is the label data. So if we see the user ID 156245110, the gender is male, and he is going to purchase. He is not going to purchase the that specific item. Okay, but the another
Sir,
person who is
excuse me,
yeah,
sir. Sir, is this data on only on the basis of gender, age, and salary is sufficient enough? Don't you think many other factors should be considered, like
yeah,
location?
it is the why I have given the example like here. If we use the only one parameter like tumor size, then we are not able to get the accurate answer. Okay, but if we used to take the more parameters, we will get the better accuracy as compared to the previous one. Okay, but if we use the multiple parameter also, then again the accuracy of the model will increase. Okay, so the previous sentence was was like that. So if we increase the data size and if we increase the number of input parameters for the training purpose, then the model accuracy will be better as compared to the less data. Okay, so I just on the sample example here, so to show how or in which format data is there. Okay, so we are having the people
Okay,
from
sir.
the diverse background like MBA, ITI, and Polytechnic. So the many people don't know like which format we have to give the data to the model, right? So just
Okay.
to know them, like in which format we have to give data and what kind of class is there, what kind of output column is there. So to so they should be used to with this kind of data, or they should know all this thing. So for that purpose, so I have given the each and every example. Otherwise I could have skipped this example, right? So I have given the already the tumor is malignant or not malignant. Okay, and in the
Okay, sir.
previous
Fine, fine.
yeah,
Okay, sir.
the previous
Yeah.
category also I have given like here the data for the regression. So the from this two example of classification and regression, this if you can see the table of wind speed prediction, and the second is the customer want to purchase something or not. Okay, the output column of both the data is different. Here we have given the output in the form of only 0 and 1. Okay, in the classification problem, but in the regression problem, categories are not there, classes are not there. The model has predicted the values only. Okay, so here this example of classification, we can have yes no also instead of 0 1. Okay, but while giving the data as a training data to the model, we have to convert this yes no into the 0 or 1. If we have the three category like yes no or maybe, that also we have to categorize into 0 1 or 2. Okay, so likewise we have to give the label data to the model based on the technique. So, so all about the classification and clustering. Mm, Amit sir, we can take a break of 10 minutes and then we can start the next one, that unsupervised learning. So people or the participant can their questions on the chat.
Okay, yes, definitely, sir. We can ask them. So, guys, who are having any question, they can put your question in chat box so that later on we can ask Dr. Ankush to like answer those questions. We'll definitely we'll appreciate your questions.
Yeah.
Please come forward
So
and raise your question.
can take more question in the because we have to cover this three things only in this session: supervised learning and unsupervised learning and clustering, classification, regression. And at the end of the lecture, so I'm going to give some case studies or quiz like questions to the participant. They can identify whether which are belong to the which class or which category, like whether they are from the regression analysis or the classification or the clustering. So we can stop here. We can start from
So, meanwhile, sir,
5.
you take the break. Meanwhile, let me discuss with them a little bit. Okay,
Yeah,
sir?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then start from 5:55, right?
Yeah, definitely. You can join us at 5:55.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
So, meanwhile, let me discuss with the audience so that I can share a few things about our workshop.
Yeah, sure. Meanwhile, if they are having the questions, they can put on the chat box. We can know. We can take the note of it and we can discuss at the end of the session.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, friends. First of all, your attendance is being taken by we are keeping your record through WebEx only. So don't worry about your attendance. So ultimately, we'll control this particular thing through WebEx. And see, right now we are having only 265 participants, and yesterday it was 400 plus. So even though our PI Saab, Dr. Mukesh told about that, we'll have a particular threshold of percentage of attendance and your participation with your assignment. So in coming days, we'll float a Google form where we will request your Gmail account. There are some problem is some technical problem is coming to us. Already we have formulated some Google Classroom already, and more than 60 students already joined it. But right now we are not sharing anything on those Google Classroom. But soon we'll share all the information over there as soon as we'll have the complete information about you. We'll understand that how many people are going to be in this particular workshop for long lasting. We would like to understand that whether people are here for certificate only or yeah, I will take your question, no problem. Just give me a few minutes. Right now I'm just telling you that we are going to proceed further, and today in the evening, yes, Aditya, you want to say something? Yeah, today in the evening, I'm going to circulate the document on your WhatsApp groups, where tomorrow you are supposed to come along with the some be ready with some practical action. You are going to download the Python Anaconda. We're going to share uh, all that stuff through WhatsApp. So you will get the links and you can download the Anaconda. And later on, we will have Dr. Rathi. He's going to talk about, yes, tomorrow onward we'll start Python, basic of Python. I already have shared with you the schedule of our workshop. So it will help us. Yes, please. So you can let me check out what you guys are.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, so we are not having the Google Classroom code, so
You will have
we are not.
code. you will have got all practical experience once we through the basic fundamental of machine learning and basic fundamental of Python. I appreciate your patience because there are a lot of students who are from different backgrounds, rural, urban, and even though some students are from remote areas like from Barada, Dora, and IITs. So I appreciate your patience if you can accommodate us. And because we want to start it from very beginning and ultimately kindly see our course course content, you will see that on the last 10 days it will be purely project centric. Yes, bete.
कंप्यूटर ही जो है सॉफ्टवेयर आता है वो पे कह रहे हैं
Your voice is breaking.
मैं तो आज लैब ला रहे थे तो मैसेज दिखते मैं मैसेज करके बच्चे की जरूरत है मैं क्या
जो भी
सॉफ्टवेयर ही नहीं साइड भी जाती है
जो अच्छा आप ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि हमें जो सॉफ्टवेयर रिक्वायर्ड है वो वाले उसके बारे में पूछ रहे हैं
सॉफ्टवेयर
यस हम आपको एक लिंक भेज देंगे उस लिंक के जरिए आप सॉफ्टवेयर डाउनलोड कर पाएंगे और वो आप अपनी मशीन पे इंस्टॉल करेंगे और उसी सॉफ्टवेयर प्लेटफॉर्म पे हम आपको डेमो देंगे और ये वीडियोस भी सारे अपलोड हो रहे हैं जैसे यूट्यूब पे आज जो होगा कल मॉर्निंग में यूट्यूब वीडियो आपको अवेलेबल होगा बट माय डियर फ्रेंड्स एक जो है वेबएक्स पे जो लोग प्रेजेंट रहेंगे यस बेटा
मेरा आईटी है ये जगह घट
आपका वॉइस क्लियर नहीं है मिस्टर हरमनप्रीत सिंह
है कि प्रोसेसर स्लो है
हाँ चलो कोई बात नहीं आप चैट बॉक्स में अपना क्वेश्चन लिख सकते हैं प्लीज तो जो भी आपका क्वेश्चन है एंड लेट मी टेक द क्वेश्चंस Definitely, just go through our course content which we have shared with you. You will definitely appreciate that what kind of course content we are going to deliver you. We are having all kind of stuff. So if you wish, I can share with you. Just give me a minute.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, could you send the PowerPoint presentation on WhatsApp group?
That I have to ask our speaker whether they would like to share it with us. Otherwise, videos are available with you, no problem. You can watch video, you can download it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, definitely. So my dear friend, I'm going to share with the so right now, Dr. Ankush is a presenter. So have you today I shared a document on WhatsApp, so you can just check out over here, there कि उसमें सारा schedule है हमारा. So you can see that depth of our content we are going to will have if we see problem related to classification, clustering, dimension, and lastly we are having NLP. तो आप वहाँ पे NLP सीखेंगे नेचुरल लैंग्वेज प्रोसेसिंग कैसे होता है. Not if we talk about जो आपका प्रॉब्लम है आज की डेट में जैसे किसी को क्रेडिट कार्ड बैंक के द्वारा इशू करना है या नहीं करना है, किसी को लोन देना है या नहीं देना है, कौन सा एम्प्लॉय छोड़ के जाएगा या कौन सा एम्प्लॉय रहेगा. सो ऑल दैट काइंड ऑफ स्टफ आपको असाइनमेंट में मिलेगा बेस्ड अपॉन जो आज हम थियरी अंडरस्टैंड कर रहे हैं. इन कमिंग डेज आप लोग उसके ऊपर प्रैक्टिकल परफॉर्म करोगे, and then we'll give you assignment, and then you are going to submit your assignment either on our Google Classroom, or we'll find out some way. We'll tell you, update you about that, where you are going to submit your assignment. Okay, another question is link to Google Form of on the side. Okay, about please send the link of attendance and classroom. So my dear friend, by default, WebEx is taking care of your attendance. So we are getting a record from there that, see, right now we're having 255 attend participant right now, and yesterday we had 400 plus. So again, we'll see that how many people are continuously attending, and we'll see that a particular percentage of your attendance, and based upon that we'll distribute the certificate. Big news. Okay, so few people are promoting their product here, Intershala. So who is this guy? So I will ask साहब ये इंटरशाला को कौन प्रमोट कर रहा है भैया? Please avoid it, any this kind of promotion in this chat box, please. I request. Okay, I will discuss this particular question. In unsupervised learning, since there is no feedback of the predicted results, then how ML algorithm learns from its experience. So that we can get more correct data. Okay, we'll ask this question. This is a very nice question. Please share classroom code. So you're talking about Google Classroom code, Mr. Hardik? Then what if students log in WebEx from different email then? So you can log in from any account, even though you can log in through mobile. You just click on this pass, use any web browser. So soon we'll share with you Google Classroom code. And for that, we just need that you should have your Gmail account. So there's a problem that a lot of students, participants, they are using their domain email ID. Like if I'm from Thapar, they are using thapar.edu. But the Google Classroom which we are using, we don't. So we have some certain limitation. So Google is not allowing us to entertain accounts which is from other domain. It's allowing only Gmail accounts. So requesting you, so you have to use your Gmail account. I think Dr. Ankush is here. Ankush sir, are you there? Sir, are you there? Yeah.
Just.
Yeah, so there's a question from a student. It's a very good question. We must appreciate this question. The question is, the question is in unsupervised learning, since there is no feedback of the predict result, then how machine learning algo learn from its experience so that we can get. So could you highlight on
Yeah.
that?
So the next topic of our discussion is the unsupervised learning.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think he might have some knowledge related to this thing.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
will just
definitely. Yeah.
yes.
So you just will definitely answer, and we would like to give a very appropriate and satisfactory answer for this. Yeah.
Yeah. So first, I will try to complete this thing, the supervised learning, the next part, and then I think he will uh, get the answer, or if he is not got the answer from that, so then I will try to uh, uh, answer the question separately. Okay. So now I am sharing the screen. Are you able to see, sir?
Yes, Dr. Saab, we can see it.
Yeah.
And
The
please
Zoom mode is
hide that. Hide
yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello.
Please request to all participants. Please go on mute. Uh, in today's session, till now, we have seen, request to all participants. Please go on mute. So now we are starting the session. Amit sir, please check. Is there anybody? Okay. So till now we have seen uh, the various categories of. So someone is there, sir.
Sir, Nitin is there. Nitin is speaking.
Ask him to go on mute.
It's done, sir. It's done. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So till now we have seen the important category of machine learning algorithm, that is supervised learning, and the various subcategory of supervised learning like classification and the regression analysis. Now we are going to see unsupervised learning, which is very important category of machine learning technique. So unsupervised learning, as we have seen already, there is no need of teacher, supervisor, or guide. The machine will learn themselves based on the data. Okay. So here we are going to see like what is cluster. The subcategory of unsupervised learning is the clustering technique. The clustering is nothing but the process in which uh, we are going to create the group similar behaving object. Okay. So in this category, we are going to what is clustering, what are the clusters, then the popular algorithm related to the clustering technique, then when we have to use the clustering app, various examples related to the clustering algorithm. So the clustering is a process of organizing groups are similar in some ways, whose members some ways means the nature or the behavior of the member or the objects are similar to each other. For example, if we are having the three fruits like mango and apple, okay, so the cluster, what we will do here, the clustering will all these three into the three groups like apple, mango, and banana. Okay, so the group apple, group of mango, or group of banana is called as a cluster. So what is cluster? The cluster is a collection of objects which are similar between them and are dissimilar to the objects belonging to other clusters. The objects in one group are dissimilar to the objects in the another group. For example, the group of apples are different than the group of mangoes in the behavior, shapes, or the taste and other parameters, whatever the parameters we can consider with respect to fruits. So the mangoes and apple are the completely different, or the mangoes and banana are the completely different. So the clustering is the process of organizing objects into the group similar nature or the group of similar behaviors. Got it? Okay, so these are the some of the popular algorithms. Like K means fuzzy K means hierarchical clustering and a mixture of Gaussians. Okay, so these are the popular machine learning clustering algorithms. Okay, so as we have seen in the classification problem or the classification problem or the regression, please go on mute. Please creating
Sir, there is a lot of disturbance in the background, so we are not able to listen properly.
yeah. Krish Arthreyan, someone. Okay, so in the previous supervised technique, we have the label data. So label data means there is input as well as the output. Okay, so this data is nothing but the experience. This data is nothing but the past experience. So as somebody has a question so if we are using unsupervised learning, so how this data is considered as a past experience. Okay, so uh, last lecture of yesterday, okay, I have clearly mentioned there, whenever we are talking about the machine learning, that time we have to deal with the data. Without data we can't talk about the machine learning. Okay, so this data, whatever the data we are giving to the clustering algorithm, so that data is nothing but the past experience. Okay, so based on the experience only, the clustering algorithm will categorize the objects into the different groups. Got it? So that data is nothing but the past experience. Got the answer? I think somebody who has asked the question, I think. Okay, so now we know what is clustering and what is the
Sir, repeat
cluster.
one more time, sir, this answer.
Whatever the data we are giving to the clustering algorithm for creating the groups, for making the groups of the objects, that data is nothing but the past experience. Okay, that data is nothing but the past experience, and based on that data the model will learn, the model will categorize the objects into the different groups. Okay, now once we are having a category like for example mango, banana, and apple. Okay, so we the clustering algorithm have created three category, and we have the model of creating category of the data in the mango, apple, and banana. Okay, if we give the input, the next or the new input to the model, then model for example if we are given the apple, then it will go into the like clustering. Okay, so it will go into the apple. Okay, so we haven't given the label data, we don't have the output. Okay, so I will cover this in the example. Okay. So now we take the example of clustering.
Excuse me, sir. Please explain the difference between clustering and classification.
Yeah. In the classification, we are going to categorize the data into the specific category. We know the class. For example, whether the tumor is harmful or not. Okay, but in the clustering, we don't know the class, harmful or harmless or whatever it. Okay, or maybe. So in the clustering, we are giving the tumors data to the algorithm. Then algorithm will categorize into the different class. Okay, for example, if we want to categorize this tumor into the three category, okay, then based on the nature of the tumor or the parameters whatever we have given to the model or the algorithm, then algorithm will categorize into the three category. Okay, and then we have to give the three category, whether the malignant, then non-malignant, or both malignant or non-malignant. This is the three clusters. This the number of clusters we want, that we have to give the input to the algorithm. Then based on the input, algorithm will create the clusters, number of clusters. Okay, if we want the four cluster, then based on the nature of the objects, this clustering algorithm create four groups. Okay, if we want the 10 groups, then we the number of cluster as an input to the model or the algorithm, the machine learning algorithm. Then that algorithm will create the 10 groups of similar objects. Okay, but there classification, we have to give the output category or the class like yes or no, malignant or non-malignant. Okay, and the input parameters or everything we have to give to the input as a input model. Then model categorized into the different class. Okay, but here the uh, algorithm will decide which what is the objects, and they will create the different groups. Okay, so I think you will get more clarity after this example. Okay, so
Got it,
let's
sir.
continue. Okay, thanks. So we are doing the 14 objects. Okay, so now we are focusing on the example of clustering. So we have the 14 objects. We have to divide two groups. Okay, so we are using here the k-means algorithm. What is happening in the clustering algorithms? So whatever the number of clusters we have given the input here as a 2, means the k-means algorithm we are using here. Here the k is equals to 2. The k is nothing but the centroid of the clusters. Okay, so randomly two objects as a selected uh, as a mean or the k centroid of the clusters. Okay, then it is categorized that all the objects are categorized into the two category. Okay, because we want the two clusters. Okay, so the objects which is near to the mean or the centroid of the specific group, the accordingly the two groups will form. Here we are having 14 objects, so the two groups of 14 objects are formed. Okay, so the for blue one and for the red one. Okay, so I have mentioned the straight line there. Then next time again in the next step, the new cluster center by computing average of the assigned points. Okay, the mean of the objects will calculate and the new center of the cluster will create. Okay, now the cluster the centroid of the cluster is moving from uh, the filled blue square to the hollow dotted blue square, and similarly from a red fill square to the hollow dotted red square. Okay, so how this is happening? This is happening based on the mean. or the average. Okay, so that's why this algorithm is called as a k-means. You will learn this in detail, so I have to give the just example of clustering, so that's why I have given the example of k-means here. So here I have mentioned how many clusters I want. I want two clusters, so that's why the objects which are available with the algorithm is categorized into the two group. Okay, so the center of the group is changing. Okay, the object which is near to the center are categorized in one group, and object which are near to the other centroid, they are categorized into the other group. Okay, so this process happening till you will get the accurate cluster or the better cluster quality. Okay, so now these are the final answer of clustering technique. So you will get the two clusters of different object. Okay, in the first if we take the if we consider the first cluster is of blue, so there are the seven objects in the blue cluster, and the red clusters there are also seven, but the objects which are very nearer to the centroid in the red, they are grouped into the red color cluster, and the objects which are near to the blue color centroid are grouped into the blue colors of objects. Okay, so this is how we can form the clusters from the given data using the k-means algorithm. So another example is if we
Excuse
take the
me, sir.
example. Hmm,
Sir, please change the full screen mode.
yeah, sorry. Okay, so this is the example of clustering technique. So in the clustering technique, we don't have to give the output category or output value in the training data. Okay, so the algorithm will decide how to categorize it, and in how many clusters you have to categorize, it is completely depend on us. So how many cluster you want? If you want the three cluster of the similar data, then you will get the three clusters of the similar natures. Okay, so this is the example of the two clusters. Now we can see the difference between the regression, classification, and clustering technique. Okay, so till now we have seen the two types of machine learning, like supervised learning and unsupervised learning. uh, in the supervised learning, we have learned the two techniques like regression and the classification, and in the clustering, in the unsupervised learning, we have seen the clustering technique. Okay, so these are the very important three problems in the machine learning, or three techniques in the machine learning: regression, classification, and clustering. Okay, so most of the people might have understood what are the difference between them. Okay, still I would like to cover the difference in the table format. Okay, so regression
Hello.
is,
Sir, in the last of the classification, the algorithm is logistic regression, right?
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
this there is regression in classification also.
Yes, you will learn this in the classification technique in detail in upcoming sessions. There are various types of classification like decision tree, random forest algorithms. Okay, so based on this algorithm, you have to choose the best algorithm which is suitable for your data. Okay, so don't confuse in the linear regression or the logistic regression. Like, so if you might have thinking like example of classification I have mentioned is the logistic regression, means it is a part of regression. No, it is a part of classification that you are going to learn in detail with the practical approach in the upcoming session. Got it?
Okay, sir. Okay, fine.
Okay. So the purpose of the yesterday's and today's is you should be able to understand the basic terminologies of machine learning. What is machine learning? हम उसको क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं, मशीन लर्निंग क्या होता है, कहाँ पे यूज होता है, सो रोड मैप क्या है उसका, डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म क्या है। तो ये सभी चीजें आप लोगों को पहले पता होना चाहिए जब भी आप कोई कोर्स पढ़ते हो। सो यू कैन कंसीडर दिस whatever we have learned in the last or yesterday's session and today's session are the fundamentals of machine learning or the basic of machine learning. So based on this concept, from tomorrow onwards, you are going to learn all this concept with the practical approach. Okay. Now we'll see the difference between the regression, classification, and clustering. So regression, the first point is which type of learning it is. So regression is the supervised learning, classification is also supervised learning, and the clustering is the unsupervised learning. Why? Because in the classification and the regression, we are using the label data. There is someone for the supervision, for the guide, or for the teaching. Okay. But in the clustering, we are not using the label data. There is no guide, there is no supervisor, there is no teacher. The model will decide how many so how the data they want to divide or the categorize. Okay. The second point is the output is value or category or the quantity or the cluster. So what is it? Okay. So in the regression analysis, the output is always a continuous quantity or the continuous value that we have seen. We haven't seen there like a yes or no or zero or one, right? There is a continuous value. Okay. We have seen the example of wind speed prediction. In the classification, we have the classes yes or no. Okay. Or if we have the if we take example of iris data, whether the flower is of which species, like there are three species, Setosa, vernacular, or virginica. So the input flower is goes into the which category, that is the problem of classification. Okay. And in the clustering, assign data points into the clusters. We have to give the number of clusters that many clusters are uh, giving as the output. Okay. The third point is main aim is to forecast or predict. If you want to predict something, if you want to forecast something, then go to the regression problem. Go to the regression technique. Okay. If you want to compute the category of the data, if you want to check whether the uh, whether the given fruit is apple or not, okay, then you have to go for the classification technique. Okay. And for the clustering, the main aim is to group similar items clusters. Okay. So if you don't know the category of uh, any data, okay, so if you in your training data, or if you have the data without output and you have to categorize the data, okay, into the different groups with the similar nature, with the similar behavior, okay, that time you have to go to the clustering technique. Okay. The example of regression analysis: predict stock market price. Example of classification: classify emails as spam or non-spam. Okay. So the given email is spam or no. So I think everybody is used to with the Gmail. Okay. And in their account there are the various category like primary, social, spam, non-spam, right? Okay. So that is the example of classification. So whether the incoming mail is of primary important email, or it is related to the social media, or it is a group related email, or it is a spam. Okay. So there is a classification algorithm. That classification algorithm will classify the emails. Okay. And the example of clustering is find all transactions which are fraudulent in nature. Okay. Fraud transaction category find out करना है. Okay. from the bank account or from the bank. Okay, so that time you can use the clustering. The algorithm of regression analysis is
Sir, please
linear.
explain a clustering example.
Yeah. Okay. For example, we are having the 100,000 lakhs of account in the bank. Okay, and we don't know which accounts are the fraud and which are the uh, non-frauds. Okay, so lakhs of account we have, so we have to categorize account into the fraud and non-fraud. Okay, but we don't know. Okay, so we can give that data to the algorithm, and we can ask the algorithm we want the two clusters. Okay, then the cluster will categorize the accounts into the two category or into the two groups. Some accounts, for example, if there are 100 account in the 2 lakhs uh, of account as a fraud. Okay, so out of this 2 lakhs of account, the 100 account to the one cluster, and near about 100 and 99,000 and 900 accounts will come into the other clusters. Okay, then we have to label which one is the fraud account and which one is not the fraud group of accounts. Okay, so there might be sometimes we know the, for example, the bank manager already know the account of XYZ is a fraud, and that account is comes into the group B of 100 accounts. Okay, then that account can verify. So these hundreds accounts are of similar name. So there might be chances of all these hundreds accounts are the fraud accounts. Okay, again you have to do the evaluation. Again you have to recheck it, re-verify it if you are dealing with the sensitive data. Okay, so this is the example of clustering.
Sir, for that purpose, we can also use classification as we have to only classify the fraud and non-fraud accounts. So
Okay,
what
but
will be the difference?
we don't know the which accounts are the fraud and which accounts are the non-fraud. So in the classification problem, we have to give the training data. Already data we have to give which accounts are the fraud and which account are the non-fraud. Based on that data,
Sir,
we have to train
excuse
the
me, sir.
model.
Sir, I think sometimes there are some abnormal behavior in their transaction. That's
Yes,
why we do clustering to detect
yes,
that
yes,
fraud.
yes, yes.
Uh, So
Yeah,
that
that is
time
also the
clustering, yeah, that time clustering come in
that time
play.
also, but uh, in the training data of if we consider the bank data, we don't know which are the account are the frauds and which accounts are the good account. Okay, and we have to find a fraud account. Okay, so we have to give the data to the algorithm. So in that data labels are not there, so that's why we are going to use the cluster. Other parameters also there, so but these are the main things. So as we have deal with the label and unlabeled data. Okay, so so these are about the regression, classification, and clustering problem. This is all about the supervised and unsupervised learning, that are the types of machine learning. So now we have some questions or the quiz. You just have to tell whether the given problem is of which category. You just put it on chart so that other cannot be hamper with your noise. So the first question is whether the tumor is cancerous or not. It is of which type? You just mention it on your chart. Yeah. So most of the people are giving the answer classification problem. Why? Because we have here the two categories, cancerous or non-cancer. Yes, yes. Yeah. The next, some people are saying regression. Yeah, that is not a regression problem. Aditya Devani, Anshi, Abhinav Jain, that is not the classification problem. Why? Because we have given the two category
Sir,
whether.
I am talking about the next one.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was talking about the next one. It's
Then you just put it. Okay.
Okay, so right now we're talking about first case, tumor
Yeah,
is cancerous or not. Then
yeah,
we'll
that
take one by one. Yeah,
yeah.
please have patience.
So
Please. Thank you.
now we can talk about the second one. Questions you are having or any doubts, you just put on chart. That will the better thing for all of us. Okay. The second question is prediction. Just put your answer on the chart. Well, or the classification or the clustering. Yeah, the most of the people are giving the answer regression. Some, yeah, yeah, good. I think whatever I have taught, whatever you might have understood. The next one is the email categorization to primary social. It is dealing to the classification problem. Yes. Third one is the the mortality prediction of COVID-19 patient. Whether you just listen now, the question is whether the COVID-19 patient is going to die or not. Whether the COVID-19 patient is going to die or not. Will it be regression? No, it is a classification problem. Okay. Next one, GDP prediction. So there are various parameters for the prediction of GDP. So it is related problem. Okay. Then customer segmentation. Six. I want a six. Yeah, it is a clustering problem. Why? Because we don't know the cluster nature of the customers. We have to categorize them nature. Okay, so that's why customer segmentations is the clustering problem. And the last one, that flower categorization into the species category. Okay, this is the example of iris. We are having the flower attributes or the features like petal and sepal, length, width, and the categories. Okay, the class of categories are like setosa, vernacular, and one more is Nika. Okay, so we have to categorize the given flower into any of the category. So seventh is related to the classification. Yeah. So most of the people have given answer related to the respective category uh, which these questions are to. Girls have got what we have taught in the today's and last session. Okay. So one more to with you. We have seen here the various algorithm or the various techniques of machine learning. You can stop giving the given it. So the important thing is while while building the machine learning model is you have to keep the thing in your mind like the proper selection of algorithm. So in this course, you have to learn how to select the proper algorithm in for which data. Okay. Okay. This is a very important thing. So that you are going to learn in this 1 month of course. Okay. Here we have seen only the major category of the machine learning, the two main category, and the like classification, clustering, and the regression analysis. Okay, but in the classification again, lots of algorithms are there. Some of the algorithm like decision tree, and then the random forest, then logistic regression. So these are the some popular algorithms. But whenever you are going to use the machine learning models, you have to apply all this algorithm or the most of the 3 4 popular algorithm which are best suitable for the data, and then you have to accuracy of each of the algorithm with respect to the data, and then from that accuracy you have to check the which algorithm is giving the accuracy, and then you have to go with that algorithm. Okay, so this is very important for building the machine learning model. Algorithm selection is a algorithm selection plays very important role. Okay, so along with the algorithm selection, you have to tune the parameter, you have to set the parameters. So along with each and every algorithms, there are some parameters, so that parameters set properly. Okay, you don't have to develop here the your own algorithm. There are lots of hundreds of or thousands of algorithm already have available in the market, in the famous libraries scikit and other python libraries, or if you are using the r language also, there are also some libraries. Okay, so
Excuse me, sir.
some some standard
Sir, could you
algorithms
send
are
this?
there.
Sir, could you send this PPT on WhatsApp group? It would be very helpful.
But we can
Definitely, we'll share, no problem.
okay, so another important thing is the parameter selection or parameter tuning. Along with the algorithm selection, you should be able to uh, tune the parameter. Then and then you will be able to build your machine learning model as a robust, efficient, and effective for predicting the correct output or for predicting the accurate output. Okay, so this is all about the fundamentals of machine learning. So if you have any questions, you can put on the chat box. We can discuss it.
यस अंकुश सर
Yeah,
हेलो
yeah,
नितिन
yeah,
बात कर रहा हूँ
yeah. Hi, Nitin.
नितिन शेलके हाँ
Yes, Dr. Sir.
मैं थोड़ा सा हाँ भारद्वाज सर भी है यहाँ पे
Yes, I'm here
Yeah,
only.
hi.
ओके ओके तो लास्टली मैं समराइज कर दूं चीजों को थोड़ा जो कुछ अंकुश सर ने करा है
Yes, please go ahead.
ओके ओके अंकुश सर
Yeah, sure.
ओके भारद्वाज सर प्लीज प्रोवाइड राइट टू मी टू शेयर माय स्क्रीन
Just a second.
मुझे कुछ यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम एनालाइज करे मैंने कि क्लस्टरिंग कोविड-19 में क्लस्टरिंग क्यों नहीं यूज होता है, रिग्रेशन, क्लासिफिकेशन, सो ओवरऑल मैं इसमें डिफरेंस आपको बताने वाला हूँ.
Yes, now you can do it.
Okay. Yes. Good evening, participants. My name is Nitin Shelke. Okay. So I'm just summarizing this about machine learning. What is machine learning? Types of learning. Okay. So basically, we have started with the definition of the machine learning. Machine learning means it enables the machine that automatically learn from the data. Automatically learn from the data means what? We are learning this मशीन लर्निंग. हम क्यों बना रहे हैं मशीन लर्निंग मॉडल? क्यों बना रहे हैं? क्योंकि हमें क्या करना है, कुछ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने हैं, कुछ रियल वर्ल्ड प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने हैं. रियल वर्ल्ड प्रॉब्लम हम कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे? हमें क्या लगेगा, किसी भी मॉडल को अगर मुझे ट्रेन करना है तो दैट टाइम आई नीड मोर डेटा. ओके, सो ऑन द डेटा we'll do some operations. Okay, we'll do some operation, and that operation should be your operation, that operation should be your classification, or it may be your clustering, and you will get some output. Okay, so this is input to your model, and after some processing you will get the output. Okay, now the types of learning that we have discussed, that is the supervised learning. The first one is the supervised learning, and second one is the unsupervised learning. Okay, unsupervised learning we have. So in supervised learning means what? We have the label data. We have the label data. Label data means what? Your input is associated with the output. Your input is always associated with the output. I'm writing here, input is always associated with output. Okay, so this is what your supervised learning. So in layman language, what we can say, a teacher signal is present. Okay, teacher is present in the supervised learning. While in case of the unsupervised learning, you have the unlabeled data. Okay, unlabeled data means what? You only have the input. Okay, associated output is not being present over there. Okay, so the example of the supervised learning that we have, the first example, that is the regression model. Okay, regression. And the second, that is the classification. Okay, so these are the algorithm that comes into the category of the supervised. Okay, and in the category of unsupervised learning, we discuss the model that is called as the clustering. Okay, the clustering. Now, one asks the question, why the COVID-19 data set is not get called into the clustering? Basically, you should know about the supervised versus unsupervised. Whatever, if the data set in your data set, let me show you one data set first. I will show you one data set first. So it is in my root directory. Let's take one example, that is iris plant data set. Okay, so this is one data set. It is iris plant data set in which you have the sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal width, and the last column that you have the species. Okay, so these are the characteristics of the flower. In this data set, there are three types of species. We have setosa, versicolor, and the virginica. Okay, three types of flower we have, and that should be on the basis of, ये किसके basis पे है? That should be on the basis of your sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal width. Now, ये जो यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है, ये है आपका input. Okay, ये input है, और ये जो है आपका output. इस पर्टिकुलर डेटा सेट में क्या है, ये हो गया आपका जो येलो कलर में आपको दिख रहा है यहाँ पे, ये है इनपुट. ओके, सो फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर आइरिस प्लांट रिकॉग्निशन, सो ये क्लासिफिकेशन प्रॉब्लम है. क्लासिफिकेशन प्रॉब्लम मींस व्हाट? यहाँ पे आपको थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ फ्लावर दिख रहे हैं आपको, ठीक है. ये आउटपुट कॉलम है हमारा. लेट सपोज अगर ये आउटपुट कॉलम एब्सेंट रहता है, मैं अगर इसको डिलीट कर देता हूँ, ठीक है, मैंने यहाँ पे डिलीट कर दिया, और अगर मुझे अभी अगर इसके ऊपर कुछ एल्गोरिदम लगाना है, ठीक है, तो दैट शुड बी योर अनसुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग, क्योंकि हमारे पास सिर्फ इनपुट है, इनपुट के साथ में हमारे पास आउटपुट नहीं है. सो दैट शुड बी बिकम योर अनसुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग प्रॉब्लम. और जो क्लस्टरिंग है, क्लस्टरिंग तो स्पेसिफिकली फॉर द अनसुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग के लिए बना है, तो उसमें यही चीज रहेगी आपके पास कि हमें अनसुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग में क्या करना है कि इंटरनल पैटर्न्स की स्टडी करनी है. ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट वी ग्रुप द डेटा. ओके, सो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द पैरामीटर, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ सम पैरामीटर we classify, we group into the cluster. Okay, grouped into the cluster. So that is the problem of your clustering. Okay, so this is what the difference, supervised versus
Excuse me, sir.
unsupervised.
सर
जो
आउटपुट में कुछ तो होता है, मतलब क्लस्टर भी तो आउटपुट है ना एक तरह से, अगर देखा जाए।
क्लस्टर मतलब क्या, अभी जैसे कि मैं इसको डिलीट कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है,
मतलब
अभी इसके ऊपर हम क्या, हाँ इसमें क्या करेंगे, हम क्लस्टरिंग
हमारे
एल्गोरिदम
पास
लगाओगे, ठीक है।
हमारे
पहले एक बार
पास
सुन लो
मतलब
आप, हेलो, मैं बता रहा हूँ उसका आपको, जो आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा है ना कि आउटपुट
हाँ
नहीं है
ठीक
हमारे पास, हम क्या करते हैं, इंटरनल स्टडी करते हैं, इंटरनल डेटा कैसे है, तो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट इसमें क्या बनेगी, कैटेगरीज बनेगी। जैसे कि अगर मैं सपोज यहाँ पे क्या कैसे बन सकता है मेरा डेटा, मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको। अगर सपोज ये मेरा ग्राफ है और मैं इसे प्लॉट करता हूँ सपोज, तो मुझे कैसे बनेगी, एक ऐसे एक क्लस्टर बनेगा, एक ऐसे एक क्लस्टर बनेगा और एक ऐसे क्लस्टर बनेगा, ठीक है। ये पर्टिकुलर फ्लावर के लिए, ए फ्लावर के लिए बनेगा, ये बी फ्लावर के लिए बनेगा और सी फ्लावर के लिए बनेगा। सो ये सब कुछ कैसे होगा, ये मैथमेटिकली इंटरनली क्या करेगा, एनालाइज करेगा डिटेल्स, कि अगर इस पर्टिकुलर कैटेगरीज है, सेपल लेंथ इतनी है, पेटल विड्थ इतनी है, तो ये एनालाइज करके एक पर्टिकुलर क्लस्टर में ऐड करेगा। मतलब जो सिमिलर टाइप्स ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट्स रहेंगे, सिमिलर टाइप्स ऑफ एंट्रीज रहेगी, वो किसी पर्टिकुलर क्लस्टर में ग्रुप हो जाएगी। ओके, सो
Algorithm will
लाइकवाइज,
decide.
यस
Algorithm
यस
will decide. Yeah.
सर तो
यस, अभी
सर
हाँ
तो इसका मतलब ये हो गया कि सर ये रॉ डेटा है, रॉ डेटा को
हाँ
ये क्लस्टर के फॉर्म में ग्रुप करके हमें आउटपुट देता है। तो
ग्रुप
हमें
करके, मतलब
एक तरह
इंटरनल
से
पैटर्न को
क्लस्टर
एनालाइज कर रहा
आउटपुट।
है। और स्पेसिफिकली अनसुपरवाइज लर्निंग है, यहाँ पे आपके पास लेबल डेटा नहीं है। जैसे कि मैंने एक एग्जाम अभी थोड़ी देर पहले मैंने दिखाया था कि यहाँ पे क्या था, पहले यहाँ पे आपके पास इनपुट के साथ आउटपुट एसोसिएट था, इनपुट के साथ जब आउटपुट एसोसिएट होता है दैट टाइम वी कॉल्ड इट एज अ सुपरवाइज लर्निंग। ओके, सुपरवाइज लर्निंग मतलब लेबल डेटा। ओके, लेकिन अगर लेट सपोज आपके पास ये कॉलम है ही नहीं, आउटपुट कॉलम, तो हम यूज करते हैं अनसुपरवाइज लर्निंग। तो अनसुपरवाइज लर्निंग में हमारे पास एल्गोरिदम है क्लस्टरिंग। तो जैसे कि मुझे एक क्वेश्चन आया था, वहां पे मैंने पढ़ा था कोविड-19, अगर कोविड-19 अगर आपके पास डेटा सेट है और उसमें अगर आउटपुट कॉलम नहीं है, उसमें अगर आउटपुट कॉलम नहीं है, तो हम क्लस्टरिंग यूज करेंगे, ठीक है। अगर उसमें अगर आउटपुट कॉलम प्रेजेंट होता है, अगर उसमें आउटपुट कॉलम प्रेजेंट होता है, तो दैट टाइम we can use the your supervised learning, like whether it is a classification problem or regression problem. अगेन क्लासिफिकेशन और रिग्रेशन में क्या डिफरेंस है, क्लासिफिकेशन और रिग्रेशन में ये डिफरेंस है कि रिग्रेशन में क्या रहेगा, हमेशा कंटिन्यूअस डेटा रहेगा, कंटिन्यूअस कंटिन्यूअस डेटा। और क्लासिफिकेशन प्रॉब्लम में आपको क्या मिलेगा, डिस्क्रीट डेटा मिलेगा, डिस्क्रीट डेटा, ठीक है। डिस्क्रीट डेटा मतलब क्या, कंटिन्यूअस डेटा मतलब आपका चेंजिंग डेटा क्या हो रहा है, चेंज हो रहा है। मैं आपको रिग्रेशन का एक डेटा सेट शो कर रहा हूं यहाँ पे, रिग्रेशन का एक डेटा सेट, वेट
सर ये डेटा सेट हमको मिलता कहाँ से है वैसे?
ये हमारे पास वेबसाइट है कुछ, कैगल एक वेबसाइट है, यूसीआई मशीन लर्निंग वेबसाइट है। अभी डे बाय डे, अभी 45 डेज का कोर्स है, तो एक ही दिन में सब चीजें हम आपको नहीं बता सकते। आपको जैसे जैसे आप क्लासेस अटेंड करोगे वैसे वैसे आपको पता लगते जाएगा, ठीक है।
ओके सर।
तो मैं आपको रिग्रेशन का डेटा सेट दिखाने वाला हूँ अभी, कैसे रहता है। कंटिन्यूअस मतलब क्या है एग्जैक्टली, तो ये सिंपल लीनियर रिग्रेशन हो गया, सैलरी डेटा, ठीक है। अभी आपको देख रहे हो यहाँ पे सैलरी, सैलरी क्या है, यहाँ पे एक कॉलम है, आउटपुट कॉलम मेरा यहाँ पे, ये आउटपुट कॉलम है, ठीक है। ये है मेरा इनपुट कॉलम, ठीक है। तो ये सैलरी क्या है, आपका आउटपुट कॉलम। तो यहाँ पे आपको क्या दिख रहा है, कंटिन्यूअस डेटा, मतलब क्या हो रहा है, डेटा आपका चेंज हो रहा है, यहाँ पे कंटिन्यूअसली चेंज हो रहा है, ठीक है। मतलब क्या, कंटिन्यूअस चेंज। तो ये आपका प्रॉब्लम बन जाता है रिग्रेशन प्रॉब्लम। जहां पे भी आपका आपके आउटपुट कॉलम में कंटिन्यूअस डेटा रहेगा, दैट शुड बी योर रिग्रेशन प्रॉब्लम, ओके। बट अगर सपोज डिस्क्रीट डेटा रहता है, डिस्क्रीट डेटा मतलब क्या, कुछ स्पेसिफिक कैटेगरी लाइक 0 1 0 एंड 1, ओके, लाइक 0 1 2, लाइक लेट सपोज कलर अगर हम लेते हैं रेड ग्रीन ब्लू, मीन स्पेसिफिक कैटेगरी। तो अभी मैंने जो थोड़ी देर पहले आपको ये डेटा सेट दिखाया था, एक आइरिस डेटा सेट, ये आइरिस डेटा सेट ये क्या रहेगा आपका, अगेन इट इज अ क्लासिफिकेशन प्रॉब्लम। इसमें क्या है आपका, 3 कैटेगरीज है फ्लावर की, एक सेटोसा है, ठीक है, एक सेटोसा है, दूसरा क्या है वर्सिकलर, और तीसरा है वर्जिनिका। तो ये क्या हो गया आपकी, ये हो गया डिस्क्रीट वैल्यूज। डिस्क्रीट वैल्यू मतलब क्या है, कैटेगोरिकल वैल्यूज, स्पेसिफिक, कंटिन्यूअस नहीं है। तो जब भी कभी आउटपुट कॉलम में ऐसी डिस्क्रीट वैल्यू रहेगी, डिस्क्रीट वैल्यू मतलब 0 1 और 0 मतलब कैटेगरीज रहेगी, सेटोसा, वर्सिकुलर, वर्जिनिका, तो ये रहेगा आपका क्लासिफिकेशन प्रॉब्लम। और एक डेटा सेट दिखा देता हूं मैं आपको, क्लासिफिकेशन लॉजिस्टिक रिग्रेशन में, हाँ, एक्स्ट्रा एलआर, एडवर्टाइजिंग डेटा सेट, ये थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड रहेगा, सिंपल वाला लेता हूं, इंश्योरेंस डेटा सेट। ठीक है, अभी यहाँ पे क्या है आपका, ये जो बॉट इंश्योरेंस है, ये आपका क्या है, डिस्क्रीट वैल्यूज है। इसमें डिस्क्रीट वैल्यूज मतलब क्या है कि 0 1 0 1 0 1, सो दैट इज योर क्लासिफिकेशन प्रॉब्लम। ओके, ये आपका हो गया क्लासिफिकेशन प्रॉब्लम। ठीक, अब आपको अंडरस्टैंड हो गया कि क्लस्टरिंग कब होता है, रिग्रेशन एंड क्लासिफिकेशन। क्लियर टू एवरीवन?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
एनी प्रॉब्लम सो फार? क्लस्टरिंग, रिग्रेशन, क्लासिफिकेशन। सुपरवाइज लर्निंग मीन्स लेबल डेटा रहेगा आपके पास, अनसुपरवाइज लर्निंग मीन्स अनलेबल्ड डेटा रहेगा। अनलेबल्ड डेटा मीन्स ओनली इनपुट इज प्रेजेंट, आउटपुट is not associated with the input, that is the meaning of unlabeled data. An example of unsupervised learning is clustering. Example of the supervised learning, regression and classification. Regression uses the continuous data. Continuous means the changing, continuous means the changing data. So this is what the changing data we have. So COVID-19 अगर आपके पास अगर डेटा सेट आता है तो कोविड-19 पे आप रिग्रेशन लगा सकते हो। ठीक है, अगर प्रेडिक्शन करना है कि कितनी केसेस आ रहे हैं, रोज के कितने केसेस आ रहे हैं, ठीक है, तो दैट इज द प्रेडिक्शन। लेकिन अगर मुझे सपोज मेरा टारगेट चेंज होता है, फॉर एग्जांपल कि मुझे पेशेंट्स कितने मर रहे हैं, मतलब मर रहे हैं कि नहीं मर रहे हैं, तो दैट टाइम वी इट इज इन टर्म्स ऑफ 0 and 1, so that should become your classification problem, and you'll get the more hands on once we go with the example. Okay, so all these are the theoretical parts. So once we get into the actual implementation part, you'll get to know about all this part, what exactly the regression, what exactly is the classification. Okay, so that is about the introductory part of the machine learning. I hope it's gone well to everyone, this introductory session. Right now, any question?
Nitin, there is a question. Can you tell about the role of machine learning in quantum computers?
Okay, wait. One more question that I get, basically about artificial intelligence. After that, I will tell you about the role of your machine learning in quantum computing. So basically, ML versus AI, artificial intelligence. The main branch we have, that is the artificial intelligence. Okay, so this is the main branch we have, artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence is basically designed to solve the problem. Okay, so it is designed to solve the problem. Specifics, very simple. Now inside artificial intelligence, how the subdomain, okay, sub branch like machine learning. Okay, inside that you have one more branch, that is the deep learning. Okay, inside the artificial learning, you have the one more branch that is called NLP, natural language processing. Inside the artificial intelligence, you have the one more branch that is the data science. And likewise, you can add as many areas like the quantum computing you can add, like you can add the text data analytics. Okay, you can also add the statistics also. But the major branch that we have, you can also add the data mining also. Okay, but the major area is the artificial intelligence. So these all are the sub parts. Okay, whatever the machine learning we are discussing, deep learning, natural language processing, data science, all these are the part of the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence means what? Artificial intelligence means we are just trying to mimic the structure of human brain, just like human brain. Human brain क्या करता है? Human brain क्या करता है normally? Human brain can solve the problem, right? You know, everyone knows it. Human brain, कुछ भी हम डिसीजन ले सकते हैं, मुझे अब क्या करना है, मुझे अब क्या बोलना है, तो ये कहाँ से मुझे पता चलता है? ह्यूमन ब्रेन सजेस्ट करता है मुझे किस चीज के लिए मुझे क्या करना है, that is from the that I get input from the brain. So just like that, we are trying to solve the problem by creating the artificial brain. Okay, so that part comes into your artificial intelligence. एंड आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में भी एक अगर और किसी को डीप में पढ़ना है तो दैट इज द आर्टिफिशियल न्यूरल नेटवर्क जो होता है डीप लर्निंग में यूज। तो ये भी चीजें हम आपको थ्रू आउट द वर्कशॉप बताएंगे, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं होगा कि एक ही दिन में एक ही क्लास में इतनी सारी चीजें आप डाइजेस्ट कर पाओगे, ठीक है ना, क्योंकि बहुत बड़ा है, बहुत बड़ी चीज है ये मशीन। कि अभी क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग विद एमएल, जैसे अगर आपको कोई भी एरिया whatever is the area is there, you can directly interlink with the machine learning, whether it is a quantum computing, data science, text processing, text data analytics, whatever it is, because at the end what we need to solve the problem. The life cycle I will just discuss with you of the, I think we have the 10 more minutes, so quickly I am just telling you the life cycle of machine learning. Okay, life cycle of machine learning, through which you get to know about how the machine learning will be important and will be helpful in other research area also, whether it is your quantum computing or data science, natural language processing, text data analysis, data mining, whichever is the area it is. So basically ML is designed to solve the problem. Okay, to solve the problem, the first part of this is identifying the problem. Okay, the first part of the cycle is identifying the problem. After identifying the problem means what, हमें पहले पता रहना चाहिए कि प्रॉब्लम क्या है जिसे हमें सॉल्व करना है। ठीक है, कोई भी प्रॉब्लम रह सकता है। सिंपल अगर मैं प्रॉब्लम लेता हूँ, जैसे कि मुझे प्लांट्स का एक डेटा सेट है, उसको मुझे क्या करना है, क्लासिफाइड करना है कि प्रॉपरली क्लासिफाइड हो जाए प्लांट्स कुछ एट्रीब्यूट्स लेके, या फिर मुझे कुछ फ्रॉड डिटेक्शन के ऊपर काम करना है। ठीक है, तो कुछ भी एक प्रॉब्लम हमें लेना पड़ेगा, आइडेंटिफाई द प्रॉब्लम। आफ्टर दैट उस प्रॉब्लम के रिलेटेड हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, डेटा कलेक्शन करना पड़ेगा। जो भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम रहेगा, डेटा एक्विजिशन स्टेज हम इसे बोलते हैं, डेटा एक्विजिशन, डेटा कलेक्ट करते हैं। तो डेटा कलेक्ट कहाँ से करते हैं हम, इंटरनेट से कलेक्ट करते हैं, कुछ फॉर्म्स, कुछ बुक से भी डेटा कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं, कुछ न्यूज आर्टिकल से भी डेटा कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। तो जो सेकंड जो टास्क रहता है दैट इज द डेटा कलेक्शन। उसके बाद डेटा कलेक्शन, देन आफ्टर विल डू द डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन। डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन मींस आफ्टर कलेक्टिंग, डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन को बाद में करते हैं। इसके बाद जो डेटा कलेक्ट करा इसके ऊपर डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग। ठीक है, डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग हम लगाएंगे। प्री प्रोसेसिंग मींस जो हम डेटा कलेक्ट करेंगे वो क्या रहेगा, रफ डेटा रहेगा। रफ डेटा मतलब क्या कि उसमें कुछ मिसिंग वैल्यूज रहेगी, उसमें कुछ नॉइज रहेगा, राइट। जो हमें जो रिक्वायर्ड फॉर्मेट डेटा रहेगा वो नहीं रहेगा। तो डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग में हम क्या करेंगे कि जो कुछ अननेसेसरी डेटा है, नल वैल्यूज है, राइट, तो कैटेगोरिकल डेटा हैंडलिंग है, तो ये सब हम डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग में रिमूव करेंगे। ठीक है, डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग। फोर्थ वन दैट वी हैव दैट इज डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन। जो भी कुछ डेटा है हमारे पास उसको क्या करेंगे, हम विजुअलाइजेशन कर देंगे। विजुअलाइजेशन मतलब अगर मेरे पास अगर ये डेटा है, लेट सपोज आई एम हैविंग दिस आइरिस प्लांट डेटा सेट, सो मैं क्या करूंगा, विजुअलाइज करूंगा कि पेटल लेंथ वर्सेस पेटल विड्थ में क्या रिलेशन है, पेटल लेंथ और में क्या रिलेशन है, थ्रू द फॉर्म ऑफ ग्राफ्स like your bar plot or your histogram, different types of plots, line plot, scatter plot, ये ड्रॉ करके मुझे पता लगेगा कि इन जो कॉलम, ये जो कॉलम्स है इनमें रिलेशंस क्या है एक में, राइट। सो दैट इज द डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन। द फिफ्थ वन दैट वी हैव दैट इज द एक्चुअल पार्ट ऑफ द मशीन लर्निंग, दैट इज मॉडल बिल्डिंग। यहाँ पे आपका मॉडल बिल्ड होता है, दैट इज मॉडल क्रिएशन, उसको बोलते हैं हम क्लासिफायर। और रिग्रेस, जो भी मॉडल बनाना है, रिग्रेशन मॉडल बनाना है आप बनाओगे, कभी क्लासिफिकेशन मॉडल बनाओगे आप, कभी आप क्लस्टरिंग मॉडल बनाओगे। ये आपके प्रॉब्लम के ऊपर है, जो प्रॉब्लम हम लेने वाले हैं। ठीक है, तो मॉडल बिल्डिंग आ जाएगा यहाँ पे एक्चुअल मशीन लर्निंग। रिग्रेशन मॉडल क्रिएट करना है, क्लासिफिकेशन मॉडल क्रिएट करना है, या फिर क्लस्टरिंग मॉडल क्रिएट करना है, राइट। एंड आफ्टर क्रिएटिंग दिस, सिक्स्थ वन, उसके बाद रहता है हमारा मॉडल टेस्टिंग। बेसिकली क्या रहता है जब हम प्री प्रोसेस करते हैं डेटा, that in the pre processing we have one more stage that is called as the splitting the data set into the training and testing data set. Splitting data set into training and testing
से कुछ खास है
data set. ओके सो ये डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग में और एक पार्ट करते हैं हम कि जो हमारा जो डेटा सेट रहता है ना उसे हम डिवाइड करते हैं ट्रेनिंग और टेस्टिंग डेटा सेट. ये क्या रहता है ट्रेनिंग टेस्टिंग, ये भी हम देखेंगे. डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग एक सेपरेट आपका क्लास है जिसमें हम 3 से 4 घंटे स्पेंड करने वाले हैं. आज तो मैं सिर्फ जनरलाइज आइडिया दे रहा हूँ. तो एक अगर आपका एक कंप्लीट डेटा सेट है तो इसको हम क्या करते हैं 2 पार्ट में डिवाइड करते हैं. ठीक है, ये एक पार्ट हो जाता है और एक छोटा सा पार्ट हो जाता है. तो इसको हम कहते हैं दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द ट्रेनिंग डेटा सेट. ओके, और इसे कहते हैं हम टेस्टिंग डेटा सेट. टेस्टिंग डेटा सेट जनरली कम रहता है. ठीक है, और जो मॉडल हम बिल्ड करते हैं वो करते हैं ट्रेनिंग डेटा सेट के ऊपर. ठीक है, और टेस्टिंग डेटा सेट के ऊपर उसको क्या करते हैं हम टेस्ट करते हैं. ये सब कुछ चीजें हम देखने वाले हैं. नाउ नेक्स्ट, मॉडल टेस्टिंग ऑन टेस्टिंग डेटा सेट. ये टेस्टिंग डेटा सेट पे हम क्या करते हैं मॉडल टेस्ट करते हैं. और ट्रेनिंग जो रहता है मॉडल बिल्ड हम करते हैं ट्रेनिंग डेटा सेट के ऊपर. राइट, एंड द फाइनल वन इज द डिप्लॉयमेंट. डिप्लॉयमेंट ये आपकी लाइफ साइकिल रहती है किसी भी प्रॉब्लम की. अगर ये आप फील्ड लेते हो, डेटा साइंस लेते हो या फिर उसके बाद NLP लेते हो, NLP विथ मशीन लर्निंग, या फिर डेटा माइनिंग लेते हो. सो एवरीथिंग you can associate it with the machine learning, and these steps are common. First, identify the problem, then you collect the data acquisition, then data pre-processing. So data pre-processing means that is handling the data, removing null value, removing the noise from the data, splitting the data set into training and testing data set, doing the visualization, model building, model testing, and deployment. So this is what the life cycle of the machine learning. Okay, so this is what the machine learning, and basically we are discussing this machine learning to solve the problem, real world problem. Okay, automatically. I hope it is clear to everyone now. Machine learning means what? This is all about the introductory session of machine learning. Any question now regarding the machine learning, regarding the regression, classification and clustering, supervised learning, unsupervised learning? Hello participants.
Yeah, you can put your question please. Any question please?
No,
मुझे
sir.
लगता है कि सबको क्लियर हो गया अब इंट्रोडक्शन टू मशीन लर्निंग. ठीक है, अभी ये डे बाय डे इसके हर एक के स्पेशल सेशन है. जैसे कि ऐसा नहीं होगा कि रिग्रेशन के दिन में आज एक्सप्लेन करा तो आज ही समझ में आ जाएगा. राइट, तो ये डे बाय डे हमारा चलता रहेगा
Sir,
प्रोसेस.
please share this notepad content in WhatsApp groups.
ये तो रफली बनाया है मैंने, इसमें भी चाहिए
आपको वीडियो कल मिल जाएगा, तो वीडियो में आपको
वीडियो
सब
मिल
कुछ
जाएगा.
अवेलेबल होगा.
ये तो मैंने रफली लिखा है, यहाँ पे तो कुछ स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक भी रह सकती है.
नितिन साहब, इनको वीडियो मिल जाएगा कल इनको
सर,
वीडियो
वो-
मिल जाएगा.
वीडियो पहले उसको दे रहे होंगे जरा रजिस्टर्ड में.
इसका ना मैडम चेक कर सकते हो, स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो आप, प्रिंट स्क्रीन दबाओ, वर्ड में ओपन
कह
करो,
रहे हैं वीडियो कल आएगा,
पेस्ट
कह रहे
करो.
हैं कल वीडियो आएगा.
सर
ये भी कोड हो रहा है सर.
क्लासरूम का कोड मिल जाता था तो सही रहता.
बेटा थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. हम लोग सभी से जीमेल अकाउंट लेंगे और सभी को अलग अलग गूगल ग्रुप में ऐड करेंगे. हमारे पास 700 प्लस एंट्रीज आई थी और स्लोली हमें पता चल रहा है कि कौन लंबी रेस के घोड़े हैं, कौन लास्ट तक टिकेंगे. सो विल डू. और अटेंडेंस आपका बाय डिफॉल्ट वेबएक्स के थ्रू हो रहा है.
अच्छा
तो हैव पेशेंस. आज और कल में हम आपको गूगल फॉर्म फ्लोट करेंगे जहां पे हम लोगों को आपका जीमेल अकाउंट रिक्वायर्ड होगा. तो जीमेल अकाउंट आ जाने के बाद हम सबको अलग अलग गूगल क्लासरूम में रखेंगे और वहीं पे आप लोग अपना असाइनमेंट वगैरह सबमिट करेंगे टाइम.
और सर कॉलेज की डोमेन आईडी से हमें एंटर करना होगा या पर्सनल आईडी से कर सकते हैं?
अपनी जीमेल अकाउंट से एंटर करना होगा.
ओके ठीक है सर.
आपका जो भी जीमेल अकाउंट है आपको सिर्फ और वो वही अकाउंट हमें देना होगा. और सर्टिफिकेट के पर्सपेक्टिव से भी हमें कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन रिक्वायर्ड होगी जैसे आपका नाम क्या है, आपका एफिलिएशन क्या है, और कुछ हमारे इस कोर्स की रिक्वायरमेंट है, हम किस कैटेगरी से बिलोंग करते हैं हमारा, और रूरल अर्बन एरिया से डेमोग्राफी कुछ हमें रिक्वायर्ड होगा, एंड देन अगेन योर मोबाइल नंबर एंड जीमेल अकाउंट, ओनली जीमेल अकाउंट, सो दैट बेस्ड अपॉन दैट हम आपका सर्टिफिकेट बना पाएंगे, बेस्ड अपॉन दैट हम लोग आपको अलग अलग गूगल क्लासरूम में एलोकेट कर पाएंगे। सो एनी क्वेश्चन प्लीज। So I must thank you, Dr. Ankush and Dr. Ankit, Nitin Saab, for valuable thoughts, valuable contents. And again, we'll see all the participants tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Thank you very much for your patience. Jai Hind.
Okay. Thank you, sir.